Good afternoon, Somerford. Welcome to this week's celebration assembly. I have to say I've had the best week at school. Not only have I welcomed back some new children into year 1 and year 6 who have done fantastically well. We've also had some new key worker children join our school, and what was so exciting was that I got to sit in with all the class Zoom calls this week from year 2, 3, 4 and 5, and I got to see so many children who were working really hard at home, and it was so lovely to see how excited you were to see each other. There were even a few tears from children and staff because they were quite emotional sessions. Now the good news is that if you missed it this week, we are running new Zoom sessions next week. All the classes said we've got to do this again. All the teachers said we've got to do this again. So next week we will be having Zoom calls as well, hopefully on the same days and times, but we will confirm that with you. And if you're worried about using Zoom or you're not quite sure how that works, please speak to your child's class teacher, because we can give you lots of help about getting set up and using it on the day. We'd really love to see you all next week. On top of all of that, we've got all these children to celebrate with their Superstar Awards. But first, last week I said to you that Megan was having her writing checked by Mrs. Hudson to see if she would earn her pen licence. Was her handwriting up to the standard? Well, I am so pleased to tell you that Megan has achieved her pen licence. So well done, Megan. It's a bit of a cliffhanger last week, but you've done it. I'm so proud of you. So your pen licence will be coming in the post to you, along with your Superstar pencil and your very special ink handwriting pen. Well done, Megan. So let's start with reception this week. So Mrs. Hinz-James would like to celebrate Noah in her class for coming into school every day with a big smile. He's been trying really hard with his writing and worked hard to find halves of shapes and amounts up to 10. We're not just coming back and playing, are we? We're working really hard down in reception. Well done, Noah. That is fantastic. In year 1, Mrs. Ramos would like to celebrate Freya. Now Freya comes in my gate in the morning and she puts a big smile on my face every day. But Mrs. Ramos says she's also been working really hard in her writing. She's been sounding out her words independently and writing fantastic sentences about pirates this week. Well done, Freya, very well deserved. Mrs. Semple would like to celebrate Keira in year 2. And Keira is one of the children who joined us this week in our key worker bubble, and she has settled in really well to her bubble since she started on Monday. And Miss Fountain is very impressed with how polite and respectful she's been, and she's up-leveled sentences by adding adverbs, adjectives and different openers. Wow. And Mrs. Semple said she also really enjoyed catching up with Keira during our class Zoom meeting. Well done, Keira. I've seen you come with a big smile on your face to school as well, so that certificate is very well deserved. Miss Bryant would like to celebrate Ruby for emailing every single day without fail, showing excellent effort in her learning. Wow, every day, well done. You're showing excellent effort when you're recording your work in your books and paper, but when you're also doing active activities. And it seems like you're having lots of fun at home. You also drew a fantastic monster during the class Zoom calls. I really enjoyed seeing those monsters. They were fantastic. Well done, Ruby. Moving on to year 3. Now, Miss Darley was a bit cheeky this week because she asked for 2. So let's see, the first one was for Zach, for continuing to produce some splendid learning and completing the challenges set for him at home. Miss Darley loves that you always look as if you're really concentrating on the job in hand when Mum sends in the photos. Now, I know you tried to log on to the Zoom call, Zach. Miss Darley said she's really sorry it didn't work very well for you, and hopefully you'll try again this week because she really missed seeing you. Now, I did let Miss Darley have a second one because we've got someone in year 3 who has had to go to hospital this week. Keira, Miss Darley would like to say you have been so brave in hospital. Mum and school are really proud of you, and we really hope that you get well soon. We're sending you lots of love for a quick recovery. And Miss Darley said, we're glad our video on YouTube cheered you up. Us all being a bit silly, I'm sure that did cheer you up. Keira, the very best of luck, and we really wish that you get well soon. Mrs. Cook in Year 3 would like to celebrate Albert. Albert has been working really hard this week. He completed some great work on adverbial phrases. He's super confident with his maths, and he also became the teacher this week when his bubble had a circle time outside and he taught the class some words and phrases in Romanian. The other children thought this was fantastic. He's also developing a really mature attitude towards his learning. Well done. And I saw the email, the teachers have to email me these, and Mrs. Cook and Mrs. Gaines both emailed me to tell me that you deserved a certificate this week. So that truly is well deserved, Albert. Well done. So moving on to Year 4 and 5, Mrs. Gaines would like to celebrate Charlotte this week for trying really hard to keep up with her studies. She's also been cooking, participating in the Joe Wicks workouts. She's remembered to think about her presentation and always puts that little extra attention to detail when completing any art. She's also really chatty when Mrs. Gaines calls and always makes her smile. Well done. Mrs. Gaines also likes hearing about the chickens that they have at home, and we heard about some of those in the Zoom call as well. Well done, Charlotte. Mrs. Hudson would like to celebrate Jackson this week for completing lots of diverse home learning and taking up opportunities to do things that are a little bit different, like learning Japanese, learning how machines work, and learning about different world religions. Well done, Jackson. It really sounds like you're making the most of this opportunity. Really proud of you. Well done. Mrs. Whitehead would like to celebrate Sam for carrying out a brilliant science experiment about dissolving different materials, as well as consistently doing all of his home learning since day one. Well done, Sam. It seems like it's a really long time now, so to be keeping on going is fantastic. Good boy. And then in Year 6, Miss Southam would like to celebrate Gemma for her mature attitude when discussing issues in PHSE this week. Year 6 have been tackling some really important but really grown-up discussions in Year 6 this week, and really pleased, Gemma, to see that you're approaching those with such a mature attitude. Well done. And finally, Miss Fountain would like to celebrate Lindsay for working consistently hard and being very polite and respectful in her bubble. The bubbles have been fantastic, and Lindsay, you are one of the reasons why, so well done. It is so lovely to walk around the school, stand at the doors because I'm not allowed in, which I'm sort of getting used to now but don't really like. But I get to stand at the door and talk to the children and find out what they're going on, and they hold their learning up for me, and they are all working so hard but also having so much fun. It's really lovely to see them. But we do still miss those year groups that we just don't have the space or the grown-ups to have you into school at the moment. We are thinking about if there's any way that we can do even a single day at the end of term, but we're not sure. So we will let you know, but we'll definitely carry on with those Zoom calls for a little while, and we'll carry on with our phone calls and our emails and all of those things so that we can try and keep in touch. Have a great weekend. I hope the weather cheers up a little bit, and we'll see you all again next week. Bye-bye.